Hello everybody. I meant to do this earlier and then I had company over the weekend so I didn't get a chance. I'm going to take a look at the GoodReads Choice Awards, see what's been nominated, see what I vote for. I probably won't vote for a lot of them, a lot of the categories, because if I haven't read anything in the category, I'm not going to vote. I'm only going to vote for things that I actually have read. Um, I don't think it's fair to vote for things because of popularity, and a lot of what happens is popularity. So here we are. Vote in the opening round. Let's see here. We'll just start at the beginning and move on. Fiction. What are our choices? Lucy by the Sea. This Time Tomorrow. Honor. Night Crawling. Night Crawling's on my TBR. It's something I'd like to read. True Biz, Demon Copperhead, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow I would like to read. I've read by that author before and absolutely loved it. She's the one that did the Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, which is a phenomenal book. Remarkably Black Creatures, Mad Money, Cleopatra and Frankenstein, Wish You Were Here, The Hotel Nantucket, How Not to Drown in a Glass of Water. That's a great title. Olga Dies Dreaming. I've heard a lot of good things about it. That's on my list that I want to read. Now is Not the Time to Panic. Notes on an Execution. Our Missing Hearts. Celeste Ng is a good author. Frederick Backman, another great author. The Winners. I actually have it sitting on my stack of library books. Haven't had time to get to it. It's a thick one. Other Birds. Well, I haven't read any of them, so we're skipping fiction. I'm not surprised. They always pick a bunch of stuff I've never heard of. Okay, let's see here. Best Mystery and Thriller. The Golden Couple. Oh, that's Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I like their writing. That's going to have to go on my want to read list. The Maid, that sounded pretty good. The Night Shift, I don't know anything about. Killers of a Certain Age sounded like it'd be fun. The Violin Conspiracy. Daisy... What does that say? Daisy Barker or Daisy Parker? Daisy... What does that say? Daisy Darker? I hate when they put light-colored font on a light-colored background. Family Remains, The It Girl, another one I'm going to have to read at some point because I like Ruth Ware. The Overnight Guest, A Flicker in the Dark, More Than You'll Ever Know, The Book of Cold Cases, I actually have read. Woohoo! One whole book! The Bullet That Missed, The Housemaid, All Good People Here, Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I keep hearing good things about that one. Family Game, Things We Do in the Dark, Jackal, The Paris Apartment. Well, I guess I'm voting for Book of Cold Cases because that's the only one I've read out of the whole kick and boodle here. I do want to read the Richard Osman, but I haven't even gotten through the first book in that series yet, and that's the third book, so yeah. I like Richard Osman as a personality. He's on Pointless Celebrities, Richard Osman's House of Games. He's a bunch of British shows. Let's see, Best Historical Fiction. Magnolia Palace, Young Mungo, Take My Hand, The Marriage Portrait, Trust, Peach Blossom Spring, Four Treasures of the Sky, Go Tell the Boss I'm Gone, The Last Rose of Shanghai. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Black Cake, Memphis, Hester, The Bookwoman's Daughter, Carrie Soto is Back. I will not read any more Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think she's overrated. I know, controversial opinion, but I just don't get on with her. Lessons in Chemistry, The Last House on the Street, Strains of Gaiety, Violetta, The Diamond Eye, The Passenger. Nope, haven't read any of them. Next. Fantasy I probably haven't read any of because I don't read much fantasy. There are a couple I want to add to my list. I will not read Sarah J. Maas. Can't stand her. Another controversial opinion. Daughter of the Moon Goddess. That one looks really... The cover itself is beautiful, but it looks like a really interesting book. And I know the second book just came out, or is about to come out. Thistlefoot. That looks like a Baba Yaga retelling, possibly. Kai, I don't know how to even say that. The Atlas 6, no interest in that whatsoever. Ordinary Monsters, and River Enchanted, Nettle and Bone. The War of Two Queens, Fairy Tale, which may or may not be in the right category. They like to stick Stephen King wherever they can find a spot for him. Electra, Babel. Is it Babel or Babel? Because I always thought it was the Tower of Babel, but everybody keeps saying Babel when they talk about the book. The Lost Metal, again, Brandon Sanderson, no interest whatsoever. Another controversial opinion. Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, that one looks like it might be a fun one. The World We Make, The Stardust Thief, When Women Were Dragons, The Book Eaters, Legends and Lattes, I really want to read. I'm waiting on it to come up on the library app. The Golden Enclaves, nope, haven't read any of them, but there's 2 or 3 I'd like to read. Which is kind of unusual because I'm not usually a fantasy person. Best Romance. Ooh, Book Lovers, I liked that one a lot. I think I gave it 5 stars. Hook, Line, and Sinker, The Wedding Crasher, Delilah Green Doesn't Care, Thank You for Listening, Love on the Brain, The Bodyguard, Every Summer After. What does that say? Twisted Hate? Again, Light on Light. Why do they do that? Reminders of Him, It Starts With Us, The Kiss Curse. That one looked interesting to me. I'm not interested in Colleen Hoover. Probably another controversial opinion. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, Part of Your World, Electric Idol, Dating Dr. Dill, Funny You Should Ask, The American Roommate Experiment, Things We Never Got Over, Terms and Conditions. Well, that's an easy one for me. Book Lovers. It's the only one I've read, and it was a fantastic book. I liked it quite a bit. Science fiction. I haven't read a lot. Read a couple. Sea of Tranquility, Sleepwalk, Atomic Anna, Self-Portrait with Nothing, The Measure, The Genesis, Mystery of Misery, The Kaiju Preservation Society. I want to read but haven't read yet. Hunt the Stars, The Daughter of Dr. Moreau. That's a maybe on my list. Upgrade, Leviathan Falls, How High We Go in the Dark, Nona the Ninth, Lost in Time, Ocean's Echo, Primitives, Station Eternity, Leech, Mickey 7, Dead Silence. Okay, so I haven't read any of those, but there's a couple that I want to read. This is going to be a very boring video because I haven't read anything. They like to choose stuff I haven't read. Okay, horror. Violence, Our Wives Under the Sea, Gwendy's Final Task, White Horse. Come on, scroll. Just Like Mother. We Spread, Sundial. I own a copy, but I haven't read it yet. Such Sharp Teeth. I just watched Books and Lala talk about it. It might be alright. It's a werewolf story. Small Angels, The Devil Takes You Home, Hidden Pictures, The Cherry Robbers, What Moves the Dead, The Fervor, The Children on the Hill, Manhunt, Gallows Hill, House of Hunger, The Hacienda. I want to read that one too. Juniper Thorpe. Nope. Again, haven't read any of them. Why do they never put things that I read on here? Excuse me. But you know how it is every time I start a video. Every time. Best humor. Something about refried beans. I don't know. The 90s, Midlife Bites, Who Do I Think I Am? The World Deserves My Children. Okay, I read the David Sedaris one. Happy Go Lucky. Excuse Me While I Disappear. The Office BFFs. I'll Show Myself Out. I'd Like to Play Alone, Please. And on the joke, idiots. Field guide to something that I can't read. What does that say? Dumb birds of the whole stupid world? Start without me, the worst assistant, all about me. That one I would like to read, the Mel Brooks one. Girls Can Kiss Now, Sticker in the Head, Hello Molly. Well, again, I've only read one. It was a pretty good one. I feel like, though, I've read so much David Sedaris that occasionally things get repeated throughout his books. So I don't think I went to a 5-star on that. I think I gave it like 4.5, something like that. But it was still pretty good. If you like him, I mean, it's his same stuff. Best nonfiction. Bittersweet, Stolen Focus. A Taste for Poison. I want to read that one. That sounds really good. All the Living and the Dead. Visual Thinking, South to America. Why has nobody told me this before? Rogues. True Stories of Grifters, Killers, Rebels, and Crooks. That one sounds like something I'd like. What If? Unmasked. My Life Solving America's Cold Cases. That's on my list. Atlas of the Heart, An Immense World, How to Be Perfect, The Myth of Normal, The Trayvon Generation, Building a Second Brain, Song of the Cell, Power of Regret, The Starry Messenger, These Precious Days. I haven't read any of them yet. Got several on my list of things I want to read. Do you see a theme here? I'm only going to vote for like 3 or 4 books. That's sad. Best Memoir and Autobiography. Funny Farm, We Were Dreamers, Finding Me, Madly Deeply, The Diaries of Alan Rickman. If it's his diary, does it really need to be published? That's his private thoughts. Salito, Stay True, Bomb Shelter, Lost and Found, Love Left on 10th, Hope of Second Chance at Life, You're the Tiger, The Man Who Could Move Clouds, Take a Black Girl, Mean Baby, I'm Glad My Mother Died. I hate that title. I hate that title. I'm glad my mom died. I'm not glad my mom died. I'm devastated my mom died. So for somebody to put that as their title? Oh, I hate that. I probably won't read it. I don't even know who Jeanette McCurdy is, so, that doesn't entice me either. What My Bones Know, In Love, Friends, Lovers, and The Big Terrible Thing, Uncultured, Easy Beauty, Crying in the Bathroom. Nope, haven't read any of them. I might read the Viola Davis one. I'm curious about the Alan Rickman one, but I really feel like if you're taking his private thoughts and memories and diaries and just publishing them to make a buck, that's just wrong. But I'm not going to read I'm Glad My Mom Is Dead because, no, I'm not. I think that's a horrible title. Best History and Biography. Why do they not put biography and memoir together? That seems to me like it would make more sense. I question that every year, but whatever. Anna, Agent Josephine. That one might be interesting. Rise, The Escape Artist. That one sounds interesting. The Dark Queen, Slaying the Dragon, American Midnight. The Revolutionary, Samuel Adams. His Name is George Floyd. The Scandalous Hamiltons. Bad Gays, A Homosexual History. I'm curious about the title. Jazz in the Underworld, Dangerous Rhythms. That might be interesting. Gangsters versus Nazis. Prisoners of the Castle. Wise Gals, By Hands Now Known. Shine Bright, Bad Mexicans. And There Was Light, River of the Gods. There's a couple of those I'd like to read. But of course I haven't yet. Graphic novels and comics. Chef's Kiss. That's on my list that I want to read. Who the F Are You? Ducks. Crumbs. Lore of Olympus. Killing. Stalking. A Career in Books, Thieves, Heartstopper, Layla Starr, Everything is Okay, Wash Day Diaries, Demon of the Squire, Fangirl, Oddball, Messy Roots, Welcome to St. Hell, Saga, It Will Always Be Like This. I tried reading the first Saga, I just could not get interested in it. I am so sick of Heartstopper being shoved down my throat. I really don't want to read it. Everything I've read by her so far I haven't liked. So I'm not in any hurry to read any of hers. Haven't read any of these yet. A couple I want to read. A couple I'm not sure what they're about. But I might take a look and see what they are before I make a decision. Poetry. I don't think I've actually finished any poetry yet this year. None of these look familiar. Unlock Your Storybook Heart, Amanda Lovelace. I don't get on with her poetry. I've tried it. I didn't care for it. But see, poetry is a very personal thing. So I prefer a certain style, and she doesn't match that. She doesn't give me what I'm looking for. Debut novel, Violent Conspiracy, whatever that is. All Good People Here, Memphis, The Measure, Jackal, Flicker in the Dark, Thistlefoot. Every Summer After, How High We Go in the Dark, Our Wives Under the Sea, Remarkably Bright Creatures, Black Cake, Night Crawling, Old But Dies Dreaming, Cleopatra, Frankenstein, The Maid, Hacienda, Lessons in Heaven. A lot of those I want to read and haven't gotten to yet. Young adult fiction. I haven't read very much young adult stuff this year. You'll Be the Death of Me. I like Karen McManus. I will probably end up reading that. The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School. Family of Liars. I haven't read We Are Liars yet, so gotta read the other one first. She Gets the Girl. I Kissed Shara Wheeler. I can't read what that even says because it's so tiny. The Weight of Blood. Hell Followed With Us. Oh, wait. What is this? I Fell in Love with Hope. Okay, good for you. Ophelia, After All. Loveless, All My Rage. Anatomy. Nothing More to Tell. See, that's putting her up against herself. The First to Die at the End. I Must Betray You, a Show for Two. I read They Both Die at the End. I didn't realize they made a second book. Two New Strangers. So basically, same idea, different characters. Young adult, fantasy, science fiction. Cursed, Belladonna. Belladonna looked interesting. Kingdom of the Feared. I want to read that series. I haven't touched it yet. Magic Steeped in Poison. Ballad of Never After Ever. Hotel Magnifique. Only a Monster. Dragon's Promise. And again, I haven't read any of them. Middle Grade and Children's. Best Gift for Barry Witchlings. Irish Shaw. Amari. I feel like it's going to be between Irish Shaw and Amari. No. And I haven't read any of them. Ooh, I'm going to have to take a look at this. Elephant Girl. A girl and elephant and their life-changing friendship. I'll have to take a look at that one. My niece loves elephants. So maybe I could read that one and if I think it's worthy, get it for her. But that wraps up the voting. I only voted for a handful, like I suspected. One, two, three. Yeah, 3 whole books. Well, that was fun and exciting, wasn't it? Okay, well, let me know if there's any of these books that you think are so good that I have to read them. I may or may not. I don't know. I won't read Colleen Hoover and Sarah J. Maas and Brandon Sanderson, so don't even think about telling me to read those. I won't. um, I don't know. A couple of those they don't interest me whatsoever. A couple of them I find extremely interesting. I just haven't been able to get a hold of them, and I don't have a lot of time to read anyway. And a couple of them I'm surprised certain titles weren't included. Like The Trees, I thought should have been under historical, and they weren't. It wasn't. That was a really good book, and it was Booker shortlisted. Um, there's a couple other ones that I read that I thought should have made it, but oh well. What I read and what they like are two totally different things. And it is essentially a popularity contest because, if Stephen King's on there, there's a good chance he's going to win, even if he's in the wrong category. It happens all the time. Sarah J. Maas, people vote for her name. Colleen Hoover, they vote for her name. Brandon Sanderson, they vote for his name. It doesn't matter if the book's already good. So, and it's just stuff I'm not interested in, and that's always seems to be what wins, is the stuff I don't care about. So, anyway, I thought I'd give this a shot and see what happens, and like usual, there's a whole bunch on there I don't know what they are, and a whole bunch I'm not interested in, a whole bunch I think sound good that I haven't had a chance to read yet, and only 3 total books that I have actually read. That out of all of the thousands of books published every year, only 3 that I have actually read made it onto the list. So, does that mean I'm reading better stuff or worse stuff? I don't know. Unpopular stuff. Alright, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. So, we'll see you in the next one. Remember to do all the YouTube things. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Ring the bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Blah, 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 blah. You know all this stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.